Yo, Moneybagg Yo cousin got hit up, man. Everybody thinks that this has something to do with the Young Dolph retaliation. Why is everybody around Moneybagg Yo falling? People are saying that Moneybagg Yo has money on his head right now. That's why people keep running up on him and his cousins and his artists, man. This is the second and third time in the last week that somebody had tried to get Moneybagg Yo, man, by any means necessary. Right now, it's a whole war going on in Memphis, man. I want to say RIP to Young Dolph, man. All y'all Dolph fans, comment down below right now. King Dolph. Let's get right into it.
Hey, welcome to the channel. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel as soon as you come in the building. We got some breaking news. They say Black just went in a deuce coma. I want y'all to understand what's going on because they said the two dudes who ran up on them, they was some kin to Key Glock. Key Glock, I want you to know, whatever you told dude and them to do, you better watch out, man, because Moneybagg Yo, he not finna play no games, man. At the end of the day, RIP Dolph, man, because Yo Gotti, they finna, boy, this putting heat on the whole CMG. At the end of the day, I ain't gonna even sugarcoat it, because at the end of the day, we know for a fact that these the same people who ran down, told that man Dolph, man, you gonna have to, man, sign to us or it's over with. I want y'all to understand, and I'm gonna be discreet on this, man, because for the simple fact that Black ain't had nothing to do with what happened with Young Dolph, but just because he affiliated with Moneybagg Yo and BGE, he know Yo Gotti. At the end of the day, we know for a fact that Makita, everything that happened in there, Black, everybody in BGE, they already knew for a fact it was finna be a music video, boy.
And this is the reason why Moneybagg Yo didn't even want Ari to be hanging around those dudes in the first place. Like the fact that the only reason why she even come around is the fact that Moneybagg Yo is putting her onto the whole clique. That don't mean if you Moneybagg Yo's homie that he should have been talking to Ari on the side. This whole thing is over a fee. At the end of the day, when you realize that Moneybagg Yo does not condone any type of person in his clique that's trying to actually get with his girl, this is making it a real situation because he's trying to propose. He's trying to make sure that he has an Angela Simmons and Yo Gotti type of relationship going on. And so I want to first of all send my condolences to the young man Black, who is basically right now fighting for everything, man. And you got to understand that he does not have the millions of dollars that Moneybagg Yo has. So when this whole thing is over with and the indictment comes out, this is going to do nothing but add to the fact that the CMG Rico is just getting bigger and expanding wider to a broad fact that all of Memphis is beef and war is still going on. The fact that Key Glock was right there down the corner and he had to speed off tells you everything, is that nobody wanted to be a part of this, because at the end of the day, if you get brought up in the paperwork that talks about Black and Moneybagg Yo homie getting hit up and the people that did this, they're going to reverse the camera footage and show exactly what happened. When Black told Blue to turn around, he seen the red beam on him, and that's exactly when he ducked, and he almost got hit too, but he ducked down, and that's when Black got hit up, man. I want to tell y'all that this is a tragedy, man. This is senseless, and that we should not be feuding like this. The community could do better. There are better days out there, more things that people should be focused and worrying about instead of running around in the streets playing with things that people should not be playing with. When the fact that the crowd dispersed when they seen the guy pull that out of his waistband tells you everything, that the fact that his Gucci belt should identify the fact that there's only one Gucci store inside of Memphis at all. And they're going to be able to figure out who went in there to buy it. The fact that they masked up is everything. And I want to let y'all know that the dice game, this all happened because of Finesse 2 Times and Lil King, his son, and his artist having the dice game. The fact as soon as he pulled the wad out of his pocket, that's when the dudes came and ran up on it. They came to clean up the dice game and basically everybody was hanging out. This was right before Moneybagg Yo, Finesse 2 Times split up with Mob Ties and Jay Prince, because Finesse 2 Times already said that he was leaving Mob Ties, he was leaving Jay Prince. He had one last thing to tell them to don't listen to anything that's been being reported on Twitter, because of the fact that they was telling him that they not friends no more. They did one last goodbye party, and this is where the man ran up on them to try to clean up and hit the lick on everything that Lil King pulled out of his pockets. They should have never gave the 7-year-old and the 14-year-old $90,000. They didn't know what to do with it when a grown man came up and basically was waving everything and laid them all down. And this is the reason why they tried to jump into the car. And I want to let y'all know that the bezel was black on one of the people's arms when the watch came out. Man, you could not be bringing people around all these people, the youngins and everything like that to these situations, because you putting everybody in the way of the fact that the dude had the beam up and the laser pointing. That means run.
And just because this happened, that don't mean that it was the same beef. I'm gonna let y'all know something, and I'm gonna give a moment of silence for Dolph. They said that Finesse 2 Times, he sent the 2 dudes over there to get down on Moneybagg Yo, all because after they shot that dice game, next thing you know, they pull out more bread. Moneybagg Yo not broke. And at the end of the day, we know for a fact, he take the money out. He instantly started shooting again after they went off camera. Next thing you know, they instantly pull right up. Next thing you know, dude, hop out the back. He tell Buddy, he like, hey man, after we gonna see if Moneybagg Yo gonna win that money back. We gonna see if they gonna get that money back. Next thing you know, dude instantly tell Finesse 2 Times like, we gonna see if he gonna start winning. Next thing you know, Moneybagg Yo start breaking them. He instantly 7. He 11. He hit about 4 11s in a row. Next thing you know, they start side betting, and this is where it really heated up. Next thing you know, they instantly see Moneybagg Yo coming out on the other side. He tried to switch positions on how he was shooting dice. He tried to instantly twist the dice when he was shooting. Lil King said, burnt money. Next thing
you know, that's when the dude came up and hit him with the full Nelson and grabbed him, and all the money dropped down. When the other guy came in, he dove on the ground like it was a fumble on top of the whole pile of cash. It was nothing but hundreds and fifties. And what you got to understand is that this is the reason why people should have stopped playing a lot of dice games since the takeoff situation. It's the same thing over and over again with the different characters, actually some of the same people that was in there. If you look in the back of the footage, you will see the guy with the backpack is in every single frame. The same thing that was happening last time since the Duke the Jeweler and the situation at the Boosie's concert. And I just want to let y'all know that this is the most dangerous job, is being a rapper's friend, because what you got to understand, when Moneybagg Yo was breaking him and hit 4 11s in a row, and he had ran up 300,000 at that point, they thought Black was playing too in the game, but he was just a friend. And so the thing is that the friend of Moneybagg Yo got all the street beef and none of the money, because he's not the rapper. He's just a person that's in the crew. And so they thought that he was the muscle. So when they came to jump on Moneybagg Yo, they thought he was going to be the person that was going to up and actually do something. And so anytime somebody was plotting something like that, you know they always take out the security guard first, because that's the person who's going to respond. And they was just saying wow to the fact that Black youngster ran off the scene, because how is he going to get in the same car as the intruders and speed away? That just goes to tell you that this whole situation was a setup from the beginning. The fact that Govan was about to do a whole entire talk for real. And it's basically Dolphland that they playing it around with. And you got to understand that the karma from the whole entire thing of the fact that they took Dolph from one place and then to the Makitas. And so what you got to understand is that when the guy identified his tattoo and they all seen him, and the people was saying that he had a big tattoo on his left arm, he went to get a laser removed the next morning, because he knows that every single person is gonna be looking for that footage and looking for the Facebook pictures of the guy who has a tattoo.
Everybody see Finesse 2 Times was the one that hurried up and hopped in the car. Every time Finesse 2 Times goes somewhere, it's always somebody blowing. Next thing you know, we always see Finesse 2 Times flee the scene. Everybody saw Moneybagg Yo with that look on his face once they took that money. So basically, they not trying to say Moneybagg Yo got robbed, but we know for a fact that they took the money from one of his homies. And then next thing you know, this is what started the beef between Moneybagg Yo and Finesse 2 Times. We know the previous history that they have when Moneybagg Yo took the laptop and went on the iCloud and took all the songs and downloaded it to a 1 terabyte hard drive, an external one. I want y'all to really look at what's really going on, because in all actual reality, Yo Gotti, he already told Black Youngster get ready because Moneybagg Yo finna go down for the Young Dolph Makitas.
Exactly, and the thing I want to let y'all know is the fact that they had to protect Lil King at all times. When he reached for the beam and the guys was actually pulling his arm, they almost pulled his hands off. And they tried to snatch him up and take him with, but that's when the 2 officers came because they weren't going to let that happen, man. One thing you got to understand is that Lil King could be the next Young Dolph, and that's why they have to keep protecting him, because he is from Memphis. At the end of the day, he's the youngest hustler that's out there. And out of all the people from the CMG beef, the Finesse 2 Times beef, the Young Dolph beef with the Trula Mafia, Big Moochie Grape and all them, the only person that's really going to be left to remember everything is Lil King. And so you got to understand that we have to change the community so that Lil King can turn into an actual flourishing business person and be, you know, bigger than the J Princes out there, and actually have people to where he changes it to where people don't have to check in no more. This is what the situation was all over, the fact that they did not check in to pay the fee before entering the dice game.
And DJ Pat, once he came up on about $2,000 in the dice game. He instantly told Moneybagg Yo, man, I'm glad to be out, man, because it's crazy how they ran my name through the mud like I did that, and I ain't even really try to even be in the midst of that. I got caught up in a whole crossfire. Like at the end of the day, I want y'all to understand, man, Moneybagg Yo already told J Prince, like, man, yeah, I'm glad to see you, man, because I already know, man, you and Finesse 2 Times, y'all need to realize, sit there and realize y'all need to get back cool, man. And next thing you know, Finesse 2 Times and J Prince, they hug. After they hug, Finesse 2 Times instantly told Lil King, keep shooting, man. Next thing you know, Buddy instantly come from off the side, man. Y'all gotta really look at what's going on, because Maurice Hill, he already said Moneybagg Yo gonna be the downfall of CMG because of the things and the way that he moving. Moneybagg Yo knew for a fact he shouldn't have been hanging with Finesse 2 Times, because Finesse 2 Times told Buddy he stole the, you feel me, the lyrics. They already know Finesse 2 Times was about to sign a Dolph, and the only reason Finesse 2 Times was mad at Moneybagg Yo was because Moneybagg Yo stole the lyrics. Moneybagg Yo look at Finesse 2 Times like a op, even though he signed to the label. If he wasn't signed to the label, him and Moneybagg Yo would be beefing right now, heavy. And at the end of the day, we know for a fact that what just happened is over with for Moneybagg Yo BGE mixed with Finesse 2 Times. You feel me? At the end of the day.
And whoever said that they was doing the Rico on Lil King, man, there's no reason why Lil King and Black Youngster should be riding around in the same car. When Ari came and picked him up from the preschool, you should have understood that this whole situation was due to the fact that Black Youngster was in the vehicle inside the Bentley truck and leaving the scene. At that time, they did not know that Finesse 2 Times was going to be in town, or else Moneybagg Yo would have been right there, man. And this is the whole thing leading back to Yo Gotti, is the fact that they don't have anybody but to look up to Yo Gotti, because the orders are coming in. And we just heard the fact that his cousin getting hit up at Privé is the whole reason that's tied to what Govan and Big Juk was talking about 16 days ago, when at this very moment the trial is going on and they getting Govan and his sister to come up and talk about how Dolph was related to the retaliation with the little Cash Desto, the whole artist, and now that CMG and Black Youngster is coming to the point where they have to split up because there's no entire way that Jay-Z is gonna bring them all along with him with P. Diddy. In order to get any of them, they're gonna have to drop Black Youngster, and this is the reason why it's all going to crumble.
I know for a fact, and RP Young Dolph, man, like free all the hitters, man. They said that on that footage, the reason why Yo Gotti told them don't release it, just release the little still shots. And we know for a fact that Makita Raven, she said she wasn't there, okay, but Maurice Hill was there. I want to let y'all know one thing. They said that on that footage, it showed Pamela Hill driving the truck. Big Juk was on the passenger side, and you already know you gotta have a female driving your car. Once you have a female driving, the police ain't finna mic on you. And I already know for a fact that MPD ain't finna never pull over a Bentley truck with a female driving and Big Juk on the passenger side. Y'all gotta understand, Big Juk ain't finna ride and be by himself. He had two people in the back seat, and them two people was the main one. I'm trying to tell y'all, man, y'all gotta watch how they was moving, man, because we already know for a fact that these the same people who they told finesse 2 times, like, hey, boy, we finna get Moneybagg Yo. We finna get them for what happened, you feel me, with them boys. At the end of the day, we know for a fact they already merged it on the guys that they did it.
Exactly. I want y'all to look at the picture on the right. When Makita's Raven backed her truck into the parking spot, there was 2 of Young Dolph's cars already there. Don't forget about the fact that he had the minivan to do the delivery. What was they doing inside, and why was that money that was coming out of the briefcase unaccounted for? The fact that Maurice Hill told the investigator whatever he told, as soon as they got up to the scene, they instantly made sure that Marcus Thornton went into custody with them. So whatever Maurice told him and whatever the person who clicked the button said got them to basically get him in a situation where we haven't seen him again, man. I want to send my condolences to Dolph because a lot of people want to get justice for Dolph at this point, and we need to know who's really actually rocking and supporting with Dolph. So go ahead and drop in the comment section and let people know, because it's actually going to be 3 days until Big Juk drives Govan and drops him off at the courthouse, and we find out how the sentencing structure is going to work out, and if Black Youngster is going to be subpoenaed to come in and put his right hand up to testify whether he or he did not take the $40K from Big Juk to drive the Bentley truck to Makita's Raven to drop her off in 901 Trick or Treat to take Govan's payment and send a hit. The whole thing that came is the fact that they're saying that Young Dolph was at the Hickory Hill Community Center and that they didn't want anything to do with the fact that they had surveillance footage that was removed from the top of the whole entire banister. When you walk into the foyer, you would have seen Young Dolph turning around and the person grabbing his arm, man. As soon as you get, if you are off guard and somebody pushes or shoves or grabs you, you're going to lean a certain way, and that's how they got him off the frame of the footage. All they had to do was just go back 2 seconds to realize that that's all it took to get him inside to the U-Haul, man. And basically this whole thing is coming to about how Big Moochie Great might have had not known the fact that when he had his name into the U-Haul that it was going to come back. They switched the U-Hauls on him because it's the same type of key, man. And before Gotti and Dolph even fell out, everything was still shady. Nobody trusted each other, especially Gotti. He did not trust him because Dolph seen how he was doing his own artist, and that's why he treated Big Moochie Grape different. He treated Key Glock different, and he definitely put Grove Hero onto something different because of the fallout from Big Juk and Yo Gotti not wanting him to do none of the comedy shows with Dolph, man. He wanted to do it for his own character and not the fame and everything like that. So I understand what a lot of people are saying, and we steady rocking with Dolph because at this point, whoever slid for Dolph on Lot of Cash Desto, whoever slid for Dolph on Moneybagg Yo, Homie Black, one thing you got to understand is that the streets is still going to play its role out there even when the justice has not came in. And that's what a lot of people was talking about in Memphis, how they know for a fact that a lot of people who's actually there they was just waiting for a year to pass by, a year and a half to pass by, because then it won't be hot. You saw the other day on the news that they said that the 4th suspect is having the case closed for the Young Dolph thing. That's the reason why this is coming up now, because if the case is getting closed, then that's when the people in the streets know that it's time to slide, man. And this is why that the Young Dolph retaliation is going to be a lot different, because they did not think that they would go have CMG together this long to see them dismantle right when this is happening, man. When they showed the iPhone message and they released it, the witness actually played the speaker back to the people, and they was able to figure out the conversations that was happening inside the room where Govan was planning and telling everybody what was going to happen, man. This is the reason why that same phone was taken away from Straight Drop just earlier this morning. And the news reports is coming out and saying that everything that's going on, Straight Drop is crying for help and is pleading right now and giving signs of the fact that they're trying to pin everything on him when Govan already admitted to everything. So whatever plea that they took, whatever money that they put up, or everything like that, you got to understand that this is a torch that's lighting the whole entire thing of what happened in the dark that is coming to light.
And I know for a fact that a lot of people look at the way that they do had the phone in his hand when he ran up on Dolph. And we already know for a fact that this is something that it's already out there. And everybody from Memphis know for a fact that by them running to Privé, this led everybody to believe in Young Dolph before he even fell out. We already know for a fact that Gotti was the main one trying to realize he was trying to fall out with Black Youngster to even be cool with Dolph. Like, you gotta understand, he wanted Dolph to sign to his label. All because one thing, he knew Dolph was finna blow up, man. At the end of the day, Dolph had literally almost passed Gotti up. Like, Gotti didn't want that to happen, man. And at the end of the day, Gotti know for a fact that these the same people who he real life had around him. You have to understand, this is a revolving door, and a lot of people don't understand. You gotta open your eyes to the fact of what's really going on, because from what the reports are saying, Gotti turned on Black Youngster. They ain't even want Black Youngster album, you feel me, to real life do numbers, because they told everybody, man, we gonna real live and not let him instantly drop on the same day as Key Glock. Key Glock didn't like the fact that everybody who played a role in what happened to Young Dolph, it really led PRE to really like breaking up, because Key Glock don't hang with Snoop Bands no more. All because of what Daddy Yo said. You feel me? Once Daddy Yo instantly got in the midst of everything, he said, the reason Gotti and Young Dolph ain't cool is because one thing, Young Dolph didn't want to listen. And I kind of despise of the fact that I disagree with Daddy Yo when he said that, because he got the right to his own opinion. Young Dolph could tell Yo Gotti he didn't want to sign to him. But at the end of the day, we already know for a fact that these the same people who instantly, they said they saw Moneybagg Yo inside of Makita's the day that this happened to Young Dolph. And this was November 17th, if I'm not to be mistaken. Like, at the end of the day, I want y'all to really understand what's really going on, because in all actual reality, we know for a fact that they already said all the ones that was in it, it had something to do with Maurice Hill literally pulling up too late. He should have pulled up earlier than everybody really like saw him pull up. He should have pulled up way earlier than that. Maurice Hill is the main one who knew. He told Young Dolph, you should come to the cookie shop to shoot the video 2 hours later. Young Dolph came 2 hours early. I want y'all to really look at what's going on, because Maurice told Young Dolph, you should have came later, man. And that's why when they say Maurice Hill had Young Dolph in his hands, and Maurice Hill was like, get up, Dolph, get up, Dolph. Next thing you know, Maurice Hill, he called Makita Raven. And he called Makita Raven because Makita Raven she was supposed to shoot straight over there and help him. I don't understand. Why did he call Makita Raven and she didn't even shoot straight over there to even go over there to check on them? What was his purpose for even calling her if she didn't hurry up and rush to see what happened at the cookie shop? She came afterwards. And from what the reports are stating, Makita Raven Winton. Prosecutors say that Raven Winton's name is mentioned in the indictment and she will be prosecuted due to the fact that she didn't rush over there to see what happened when the father implemented her when he called her. He basically put her in the case when he called her because she became a potential witness to the state's attorney.
Exactly. They failed to do the chest compressions, and that's why that they did not do the needy assistance that normal people would have did. That's why they're really looking at everything, and they wanted to actually bypass them and get the footage directly from ADT because that's going to make it to where they're not going to be able to have a biased point of view when they release it and hand it over to themselves, man. And this all dates back to, if you didn't know, you know what I mean, when Young Dolph and Yo Gotti first met. Young Dolph had the PRE chain then, and that's what made Yo Gotti want to even get the CMG, the 3 letters, because at that point, if Yo Gotti signed to Jay-Z, why are you not wearing the necklace that Jay-Z gave to you? Why are you not wearing the toe ring that he gave to you and everything like that? And the fact that you got to understand that now he wanted to get with Angela Simmons when back then she was messing with a whole nother rap. At this point, Young Dolph could have been with her at that very moment, and this is why he keeps going on to the fact that if Black Youngster is going to be dropped and that they're going to pin everything on him, then who's going down for what Govan is about to say next? This is the big picture. People gotta step back and really look at the fact that what's going on is a rocky situation. There's about to be 2-3 different type of Ricos that is happening, one for each person. You gotta understand, Black Youngster is going to have his own because of the retaliation from his brother getting hit up and implicated. When the Miami investigators met with the Memphis TBI, they realized 2 things was happening. When the U.S. Marshals caught Shondell Barnett and straight drop going past the Indiana and Kentucky state lines, they try to go around Tennessee, but the people in West Tennessee the marshals was on their trail extra because Govan knew the AirTag and the iPhone that was in the back seat had the location turned on, and this is the way that they was tracking how they even found the 2-door from the getaway car.
Nobody's just finna know your location unless you have a tracker or you tell somebody. This is how they was able to know that Young Dolph was at the cookie shop, because once he walked in the gas station, they knew for a fact that, oh yeah, we got him. He didn't see us, because if he would have saw us, he would have hopped right back in the car and pulled off. We know for a fact that dude that was at the gas station who was waiting on the side, he was the main one who told Young Dolph, hey man, it's a car right there, keep pulling up. This is why Young Dolph came out of the gas station looking side to side. Young Dolph had on a yellow shirt.
Exactly, and when they took Lil King to the Makitas to get him the Dolph cookies, they try to snatch him out the back door and turn him into the new Makitas. You gotta realize that they gotta stop taking people that's on PRE and finesse 2-time side to Moneybagg Yo and Yo Gotti's areas and locations. Like all of the people that's in Trula Mafia, all of the people that's in CMG is posted out there, whether they got the hitters on the roof or the beams out. When the struggle happened and everything on the inside, not knowing Trigger Trey and them knew what was going on, they was listening through the walkie-talkies. It was 3 cameras and 3 speakers that was removed 2 hours before and prepped for the whole entire thing. You gotta understand that the lines of communication was cut off between Young Dolph and the outside world, to the fact that when they got